Coming to you pre-recorded from Indianapolis, Indiana. It's me, Indy Dave Stoozies. Oh, fresh cut. Rick Carlisle, Slick Rick Drip. Yes, sirs. Oh, you already know. Yeah. Anyway, well, here, hold on. Let me do my Rick Carlisle impression for you. Yeah, it's a good way. It's a good win. The guys played together as a team. Halliburton's just a great player. I mean, he's just one of those guys that makes everybody better. And even though he didn't hit a three, he got over 10 assists again with, no turnovers? I mean, maybe one turnover? I mean, what he's doing is just next level. You know, Miles Turner went out there, hit some threes, got physical with Giannis. I gotta stop because it's terrible. But yeah, that's me. This is me. I was gonna grow out my hair, but me. 50 wins, Rick Carlisle, you know what I mean? It's just, we're getting revved up. Yes, sirs. All right, anyway, this is my Game 1 reaction, Game 1 takeaways, and I'll also be doing some Game 2 expectations for the Pacers and Bucks series. So, in case you don't know, or have been in a coma, or whatever, the Pacers beat the Bucks Game 1 by 19 points. I'm going to look over the team stats. I'm going to give the Pacers some grades. I'm going to share some of my other takeaways from Game 1. And then we're going to go and look at Game 2 and what I expect tomorrow. Please hold. Sorry. I had to light this cancer stick. So I have to correct myself. I was telling people the Pacers was shooting 60%. I don't know if I was exaggerating or if I just heard that stat. Maybe because the game was over in the third quarter and I just didn't pay attention. Whatever. The Bucks shot 41.7%. The Pacers shot 51.9% from the field. 3-point percentage. So the Bucks, I guess they hit like 9 threes, but they only had their third three in the middle of the third quarter. They shot 24% from three. The Pacers shot 38, had 4 more threes than the Bucks did. Free throw percentage, the Bucks had 67%. The Pacers had 76%. The Pacers out-rebounded the Bucks by 2 total rebounds. The Bucks had more offensive rebounds, but the Pacers had more defensive rebounds. The Pacers had 28 assists to the Bucks 15 assists. So yeah, that was one of the common takeaways from the game was how Giannis had very little assist totals. Because he'd been averaging a triple-double going into the game. So he had 1, maybe 2 assists. The Bucks had 15 assists. The Pacers had 28. The Pacers have been averaging 6 blocks per game since the All-Star break, and they got 6 blocks again, Game 1. The Bucks had 3 blocks. The Bucks had 4 steals. The Pacers had 6 steals. The Bucks had 10 turnovers, and the Pacers had 5. So 10 turnovers really ain't a whole lot, but 5 is just significantly better. But that's not to imply turnovers was the reason the Bucks lost. Points in the paint, the Bucks had 40, the Pacers had 32. Let me do the Pacers grades first. All right. Pacer grades. Miles Turner, I give an A+ to Miles Turner. I just loved it. 19 points, hit threes, was getting was getting physical with Giannis at the point of the attack, snatching the ball. They just played with a lot of energy. And I loved every bit of it. I was really happy with the attitude Miles Turner played with. He was efficient, and he's just a defensive presence. He's an anchor to the defense. Fuck Draymond Green. Give Miles Turner the Defensive Player of the Year. Okay, maybe I'm going a little crazy there, but Miles Turner is the anchor to the defense. We really miss him when he's not out there. I know a lot of people don't like Miles Turner. If you're not one of the best players in the league, then that means you suck. So if you use that logic, okay. Miles Turner's not necessarily one of the best players in the league. He's not even necessarily one of the best centers in the league. But he is one of the best defensive centers in the league, in my opinion. Not the best, but he's up there, bro. He gets blocked. He's top 3 in blocks, most blocks in franchise history for the Pacers. And, yeah, when he's not there, it's not good for us. And they just attack the paint like crazy. If Miles Turner didn't play, Giannis would have got 50 or 60 points, bro. So I give Miles Turner an A+ for game one. Halliburton, I give a C+. He was inefficient with field goal percentage, didn't hit a three, but he was effective in other areas. Played better defense than people give him credit for. He had a lot of assists, low turnovers, typical legendary stat line in that regard from Halliburton. You know, my guy Halliburton, he gets more assists than your guy, and he gets less turnovers than your guy. So even if one of those isn't true, the other one is, right? Okay. Siakam gets a quiet A, 25 points, did his thing. Can't think of anywhere I really can criticize Siakam about, so he gets a quiet A. Nesmith, I give a B+. You know, he was physical, and, you know, you might say, well, he kept getting fouls. I feel like some of that was by design. To get physical with Giannis, not to let Giannis get anything easy. We sent him to the free throw line a lot, and a lot of that was because Nesmith said, yeah, get over here. Go to the line, bitch. Anyway, I give Andrew Nembhard an A. I should have mentioned him earlier. I should have mentioned him more in the last video because, hey, how quickly we forget. Andrew Nembhard is a playoff performer. If we didn't learn that last year, we got reminded. I know I did. Game one, Andrew Nembhard had a great game, preferably in the first half. I really should. Oh, okay, so I did give him an A. So that's going to continue all season long. His market for game two is 10.5 points. It's hard for me not to like the over. You know, but Halliburton have a bad game, field goal percentage wise. It's, you know, it's tricky because the Pacer props are crazy in general, but I don't want to start getting on a tangent about that because that's a whole video in itself. But with Halliburton acting like he might be due for a big game, you tread lightly on Andrew Nembhard over 10.5, but you sure as hell ain't taking the under. He's a playoff performer. I give Andrew Nembhard an A. I give my boy Bennedict Mathurin a critical C. C as in critical. I'm very critical. And, you know, and that's not to say Mathurin is trash. I just have such high expectations for this young man. My second favorite Pacer because I believe he has the second highest ceiling on the team. I wanted 20, 25, but I give him a C. You know, that's probably too critical. I admit it, but it's because I have such high expectations for Mathurin. The Maple Mamba. I'm ready for a Mathurin takeover. So he got to the foul line pretty good. I was okay with the minutes that he played. I just wish he was a little more effective field goal wise. I wish he took more shots. But I don't want to act like I'm about to freak out because he didn't take more shots because I still believe in team basketball. I just was hoping Mathurin would score a little bit more, man. That's all it is. I admit it. Maybe it should be a B. But since I look at him as the Maple Mamba and the second highest ceiling on the team, he was cashed 12.5, barely, got 13 points, but I wanted 15. So he gets a C. TJ McConnell, I give him an A. I mean, he got like, what, 12, 15 points, or was it 12 points, 15 minutes? Topping, I'm going to say C+. He only played a little bit of minutes, which, you know, you may not have seen him a lot, but he's running up and down the floor. He's playing defense. You know, he put in some good minutes. He didn't suck, but there was room left to be desired. You know, there's a little kind of left some food on the plate. So I give him a B or a C+. Jarace Walker, B-. Thomas Bryant, B-. I don't really want to get into that. I was shocked Jarace Walker got some playing time, but I'm not mad about it. Nobody played a whole lot of minutes, but that's because we was kicking their ass. But Jarace Walker got in early in the game, so that's going to be an interesting thing to see if that happens after this series or something, because obviously it looks like we're willing to play Jarace Walker in this series. I'm happy for Jarace. I'm rooting for Jarace Walker. I hope he keeps doing a good job. But yeah, I was a little shocked. I was a little surprised. So, but Jarace Walker, he can hit some threes, play some defense. I think he had 5 rebounds. So I give him a B-. All right. So let's talk about the Bucks a little bit from game one. There's a rumor that Kyle Kuzma got left. The bus left without Kyle Kuzma. I don't know if that's true. You might have seen it.
Um, I think Kuzma's going to respond. Okay, even if he doesn't do shit in game 2, I mean he can't play any worse than he did, right? He got goose eggs all across the board, 0 points, blah blah blah. I don't think is that going to keep happening? It's possible because when you play that bad, do you even get another chance? But Kyle Kuzma's market went from 14 and a half, 15 and a half. Now it's down to 10 and a half. I gotta say, like, all jokes aside, I gotta think he's gonna bounce back and he can cover over 10 and a half points. And even if he doesn't this game, he certainly can do it back in Milwaukee. So I expect Kyle Kuzma to respond. If I'm a Bucks fan, now I don't want to justify or excuse Kyle Kuzma's performance because he's still a good enough player where he deserves the criticism that he's getting. But if I'm a Bucks fan, I'm holding Bobby Portis' feet to the fire. Like, Kyle Kuzma just got here a couple months ago. Like, Bobby Portis, where the fuck were you at? If Kyle Kuzma would have scored a couple points or something, we'd be talking about Bobby Portis. We'd be memeing Bobby Portis right now. But Kyle Kuzma played worse than Bobby Portis did, so we're all talking shit about Kyle Kuzma. Where the fuck was Bobby Portis at? I remember about right around halftime, I'm like, I'm just shocked how non-existent Bobby Portis was. I got to think he's going to have a bounce back game. 4 points and some rebounds or some shit. That's not good enough, bro. It's not. I think Bobby Portis deserves more blame and more criticism than Kyle Kuzma. That's just my opinion. I know it's probably not a popular one, but just for the fact Bobby Portis has been with the team, he's been here for more than a couple months. Kyle Kuzma's still trying to get used to it. He ain't ever played in the playoffs before. Like, I'm not trying to act like that makes his stat line, I'm not. In a way, I'm making excuses, but it's like I'm not trying to say he doesn't deserve criticism. I'm saying Bobby Portis deserves just as much, if not more, criticism. He's been on the team longer. He's a big matchup nightmare for us against the Pacers off the bench. So watch out for Bobby Portis. I expect him to have a huge game 2. Tayshaun Prince is going to hit threes in the series, okay? We can stop acting like, the Bucks starters outside of Giannis was combined for, 14 points? That's not going to happen again, all right? Tayshaun Prince will hit some threes in this series, okay? So I'm not ready to say Pacers in 5 yet, okay? Let's win game 2. Let's win game 3 or 4. And I'll take the gloves off and I'll get rah-rah with you. I'll get crazy. I'll get disrespectful with you. But I'm going to keep respecting the Bucks. I'm going to keep respecting Giannis. I loved what we did game 1, winning by 19 points. But let's just one game at a time. We got, Kevin Porter Jr., Gary Trent Jr., A.J. Green did a great job. Kevin Porter Jr. and Mathurin is the matchup I'm keeping my eye on all series long. So they both got more than 10 points. Brook Lopez, he had like 21 minutes. Didn't do a whole lot. But Miles Turner is capable of having nights like Bobby Portis just had. So did I say Portis again? Brook Lopez is getting older, but I'm not ready to write him off yet. That little fucker, he's good. He's good for a 20-point game eventually. Now, if we sweep him before he gets there in a 7-game series, but Brook Lopez can score 20 by game 5 or 6. If they make it that far. And then, of course, what time is it? It's not Dame time. It's Halliburton's time. Yeah. But for real though. Dame Lillard and Tyrese Halliburton, the exchange has been all over the NBA pages, how they've gone back and forth. Dame Dollar is not happy about Halliburton stealing his celebration a couple years ago in the season tournament thing. But I loved it. I still love it. I love that Halliburton's willing to embrace being the bad guy. Dame Dollar needs to keep that same energy for everybody else, but I get it. Not everybody else was stealing your celebration. But anyway, Dame time, he's lurking in the waters. This series ain't over. I'm doing the best here to stay humble. Doing my best to stay humble and say when I say Pacers in 6 here. Okay, all right. Hey man, Damian Lillard. He just know he's when he comes back, man. I don't know what his market's gonna be. I don't know if they're gonna like have it on a discount because he's been out and they're not sure how he's gonna act. I'm just saying Dame Dollar is due for a 30-point game sometime in this series since it does look like he's coming back. If not tomorrow, he'll be back for game 3. Guaranteed. So let's just take care of game 2. Let's stay humble. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I know some of y'all are saying Pacers in 5. Respectfully, I'm just not there yet, all right? But I'm looking to be there with you, all right? Don't hate me, man. I'm just trying to be humble, bro. I like Giannis, bro. I really do. But Pacers in 6. Let's go.